Hey everyone, and welcome. You hear it everywhere, right? AI is totally changing the game for marketers. But let's be real. Beyond all the buzzwords and the hype, what does that actually look like on the ground? Well, today we're going to cut right through that noise. We're going to get to the heart of how AI is really being used, what it's truly good at, and maybe most importantly, where we, the human marketers, fit into this new picture. All right, let's get into it.
So, this really brings us to the big question, the one that's probably on your mind too. The AI revolution is definitely here, no doubt about it. But what is it exactly? Is it just another tool in our toolkit? Is it more like a new kind of partner we work alongside? Or, and this is the scary one, is it a replacement? Is it here to take our jobs? That's the real tension we're going to unpack, and I promise by the end of this, things will be a lot clearer.
Okay, so first things first. Before we can even talk about AI's impact, we got to understand what we're working with. It's not just one big, monolithic AI. Luckily, some researchers, Huang and Rust, came up with a really brilliant way to break it down into 3 different types of intelligence. And honestly, this framework makes everything make so much more sense.
So, here they are, the 3 levels. First up, you've got mechanical AI. Think of this as the workhorse. It's all about automating those routine, repetitive tasks, like a robot in a warehouse packing boxes. Super simple, but super useful. Then we level up to thinking AI. This is the brains of the operation. It crunches massive amounts of data to find patterns and make predictions. The perfect example? Netflix. You know how it just knows what you want to watch next? That's thinking AI at work. And finally, there's feeling AI. This one's got the emotional intelligence. It's designed to interact with us and analyze emotions. Think about a tool that can read through thousands of social media comments and tell you if the sentiment about your new product is positive or negative. So you put these 3 together, the workhorse, the brain, and the empath, and that's the new AI toolkit for marketers.
All right, so now that we've got our toolkit, let's see how it's actually being used in the real world. We're talking about the entire marketing process here, from the very beginning with research all the way through to the final strategy.
So when you look at where all the research is focused, and this chart shows it perfectly, a really clear pattern jumps out. It's all about the customer. Seriously, look at this. Understanding sentiments, managing customer relationships, digging through online reviews. The big push for AI in marketing is to understand people better. It's about getting closer to the customer, but doing it on a scale that was just, impossible before. And what's cool is how this focus on the customer plugs right into the classic marketing cycle we all know. So let's walk through it. Step 1, marketing research. This is where mechanical AI can be a data-gathering machine, while thinking and feeling AI sift through it all to find the golden nuggets, the actual insights. Then you move to marketing strategy, STP, segmentation, targeting, positioning. Here, AI can analyze all that data and help you pinpoint the exact right segments to go after. And finally, you get to marketing actions, the 4 Ps. AI can help standardize the boring stuff, but it can also hyper-personalize your offerings and even help you build real relational connections with your customers. The point is, AI isn't just for one part of the job. It has a role to play at every single stage. Okay, and all of this leads us to a really, really important shift in how we need to think about this stuff. Because the most powerful way to use AI, it's not about replacing marketers. Not at all. It's about creating a partnership, a collaboration. And there's a great name for this idea: collaborative intelligence. So for this partnership to work, you've got to know who's good at what, right? Think of it like a superhero duo. AI is the one with the computational superpowers. It's incredible at mechanical tasks, analytical tasks. It can process unbelievable amounts of data and spot patterns we'd never see. But our superpower, human intelligence, is different. It's biological, we have context, we have intuition, that gut feeling, we have real empathy, and maybe the most important thing of all, we have the ability to ask why, to understand the strategic reason behind it all. The whole game is to let each partner play to their strengths. All right, let's just ask the question everyone's thinking, the elephant in the room. So is AI gonna take my job? I mean, when you see it can handle data, create content, do all this stuff, it's a totally fair question. It's easy to feel a little bit anxious about where we fit in. So is the marketer's job on the way out? The answer pretty definitively is no. But, and this is a big but, our roles are absolutely changing. See, the future isn't about us versus the machine. It's collaboration. Here's the simplest way to think about it. AI provides the what. It's the ultimate analyst. It will tell you what the data says, what customers are doing, what trends are popping up. But the human marketer, our job is to provide the so what, to look at all that information and say,
Okay, so what does this mean for our brand? So what should we do about it? So what's the big picture here? That's our value. Now, this whole human AI partnership, it sounds awesome, right? And it is. But let's not pretend it's all smooth sailing. The road ahead has some pretty big bumps in it, and as we look toward the future, there are some major hurdles we really need to get our heads around.
And just so you know how fast this is happening, check out this number. A survey from just last year found that 89%, almost 90%, of chief marketing officers were already using or at least testing out generative AI. This isn't some far-off future thing, it's happening right now. The pressure to get on board is huge, which is exactly why we need to talk about these challenges. And these challenges are no joke. We're talking about things like biased data, accidentally creating really unfair marketing campaigns, huge privacy and ethical concerns, obviously, but one of the weirdest and biggest problems for marketers is something called the black box problem. Imagine you ask an AI for a strategy recommendation, and it gives you a brilliant one. But when you ask it why that's the right strategy, it can't tell you. It's a black box. The answer comes out, but you have no idea what happened inside. It can't show its work, and for a marketer, that's a huge issue. And this isn't just a random idea. Here's a quote from a couple of top researchers, Heinlein and Kaplan, that nails it. They say, deep learning is inherently a black box. It's built in. And think about what that means for us. How do you go to your boss and ask for $1 million budget based on a recommendation from a machine that can't even explain its own reasoning? It's a huge risk and a real roadblock for getting people to trust and actually use these tools. So that brings us full circle. We're kind of ending where we started, but hopefully with a totally new way of looking at it. The big question really isn't if AI is going to be part of marketing anymore. It is. The real question is how are we going to partner with it? Because as AI gets better and better and better at the how, how to run the ad, how to write the copy, how to find the audience, our job, the human job, becomes more and more focused on the why. Why are we doing this? Why does this matter to our customers? Why does this connect to our brand's purpose? Our role is to be the keeper of the why. And if you think about it that way, this isn't a future of replacement. It's a future of elevation. Our jobs just got a whole lot more interesting.